friends? To start, I gotta say this. This video nowadays is rather inaccurate. I watched Small Fish Lady the Second a couple of weeks ago and found it awful. So now I did the same with this movie and it's somehow even worse. Ariel's beginning is unbelievably bad. Like, only better than Madam Web and Sandy movie bad. Very weird comparisons, I know. But one, these are the only movies that I could find that honestly really have a similar quality to this film. And two, I'm honestly kind of going crazy with this movie. Not just because of the fact that this is the third bad movie I've reviewed in a row, but because all of the logic and reasoning is thrown out the window with this movie. Okay, so let me get this straight. So Queen Athena was basically killed trying to get a little trinket that Triton gave her, and that causes him to ban all music in Atlantica. And so basically nobody can even play instruments or hum or sing or anything in the sort. You've gotta be kidding me. You mean to tell me that Athena was stupid enough to get herself killed just for a little trinket that Triton made, even though he probably could have just made another one? And what does Athena dying have to do with banning music at all? It can be tangentially related, sure, but this just makes no sense. Music was not the cause of her death, it was her own stupidity. Are you serious, movie? If it's okay, I'm gonna have to talk about a different movie. A movie in which a family also bans music, but at least it's for an understandable reason. Spoilers for Coco. Oh, whoops, not that Coco. Okay, that's better. Imelda was actually reasonably angry at Hector for leaving home and never coming back. Yeah, she wasn't aware that Hector was wanting to come home, but how could she have known? At least she still had a reasonable reason to be mad at Hector though. She had to raise Coco all by herself and music just reminded her of him, so that makes sense.
And so what if it's true? You leave me alone with a child to raise and I'm just supposed to forgive you?
Yes, banning music from the entire family was far, but at least she had a good reason. She didn't want future generations of her family just to become like Hector. Or at least the way she views Hector. But like, I know the music box in Little Mermaid Ariel's beginning is somewhat magical, but like, couldn't Triton just make another one? He has this big magical trident, so like, why doesn't he just use that to make another one, or even just have it play music somehow? Athena got herself killed over a trinket made out of bad CGI. So what was the point of her risking her life for this trinket? It wouldn't have been that big of a deal if Triton could just make another one, simple. And remember, this is what kicks off the entire movie. This stupid little CGI trinket is what kicks off the entire movie. This thing that could easily be replaced. And why does the entire kingdom have to suffer for this? And Coco music is only banned in the family. In this movie, what's the harm in Sebastian or Flounder playing music? In my Little Mermaid 2 video, I specifically point out a scene where Melody basically asks Ariel why she does what she does. And then Ariel just doesn't bother to explain herself. Ariel's beginning does the exact same thing. Around the halfway point of the movie, Ariel basically asks Triton why he even banned music in the first place, and he just doesn't answer. Why does he not f***ing tell her anything? This story is really just testing my patience. I can't believe they made a story even worse than Little Mermaid 2 somehow. This is one of the worst stories I've ever seen in a movie. Okay, don't worry, I have more to say about this movie. The villain sucks, she's really lame. Her manatee sidekick is okay, I kinda like him as a character, but also he's kinda boring, so like, who gives a crap? Also, it's really funny how the movie just goes out of its way just to tell us how loyal Marina Del Rey is to Triton, but then she sings twice. She basically sings in secret just like Sebastian does. She's so loud in the first song, so like, it barely feels like she's even trying to keep it a secret. Isn't she risking a ton? And when she eventually finds out about the speakeasy, how does she immediately know how to get in or where it is? Her only aspects of a character are boring and nonsensical. This entire freaking movie is stupid and nonsensical. The writing is just so awful. Nothing about this movie makes sense. A lot of the interactions are just really cringy to me, and I just got a lot of secondhand embarrassment from this film. The only characters who even remotely have any chemistry with each other are the manatee and the villain. The writing of every pre-existing character besides Sebastian feels so off. And then there's Flounder. I hated Flounder in this movie. He wasn't incredibly stupid or annoying in the previous movies, but in this one, he's incredibly stupid and annoying. I much prefer Discount Kirk Van Houten over here. This movie was so close to being a 0 out of 10, but there are only 2 praises I can give to this movie. The animation is pretty, and Sebastian is still the same charming character. But this movie is so awful overall. But the entire thing feels so pointless because we already know that music comes back because the first movie literally opens with Ariel missing her concert. And a little tip for the writers, but you can't have a fake out death with your protagonist in a prequel to a popular Disney Renaissance film. Besides money, there is no reason that this movie even needs to exist. I would compare the story of this movie to the Sandy movie. The story and writing aren't as bad as the Sandy movie, but they're still really, really bad. And now that this dumbass video is done, I no longer have to watch this movie again. Yay! This thing, and please kill it with fire. You are way better off watching Wish. Yay!
I miss my wife,
Ariel.
I miss her a lot. I'll be back.